there's the bell tower, but those statues are a little bit suspicious, don't you think? And now for something completely different. Welcome back, everybody. This is Un, with another episode of I Played a Thing, Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. Before we get started, I would like to offer my deepest thanks to everyone who has already pledged to my day-old Patreon. Salad also expresses gratitude. I will be putting up the supporters page on Skunk Fuqua and starting the shoutouts at the beginning of next month after the first round of pledges cash in. But more informally for the moment, I would just like to thank you all very much. I'm really impressed with the response so far in such a short amount of time. You're a wonderful bunch, and as always, I'm glad to have you along. Now then, as I mentioned next time, the Darkroot Forest is the next area that I'm going to be tackling in full. However, before we get into that, I'm going to make a few little side trips and rescue a few new buddies for us, and also, I'd like to tackle that guy back in the Undead Burg, who I mentioned was a little bit more than I was willing to handle at the time. You know, that guy who would probably have very easily one-shot me. Now that I've got a fairly tough shield and better weapon, I'm feeling a little more capable of tangling with him, and that's something I like to get out of the way fairly early as soon as I feel reasonably capable. And that Balder shield is really long. Like, it's not really huge and bulky like a proper Great Shield, but just the vertical length of it is kind of nuts. It's practically body length. Not quite, but damn close to it. Hi, Petrus. Now let's see, what's the best way to get there? I think just taking the standard Undead Burg route is probably going to be as fast as anything else. Yep, still got my fast roll, that's good. Oops. Haven't actually played any since my last recording session, so gotta get my timing back. What's up, firebombs? And I haven't forgotten about you. I don't know if I mentioned this before, by the way, but that invincibility that I have while I'm backstabbing people, that was taken out in Dark Souls 2. In the sequel, you are vulnerable while you're backstabbing someone. So they took that out as a get-out-of-jail-free card whenever you're coming up from behind someone. And on my way back to that tower, I'll just take down a couple of buddies. Won't be a whole lot of souls in it for me, but every little bit helps. Especially when I've got a lot to spend on in the coming future. I'm gonna have to level up this this shiny new great scythe that I acquired at the end of the last video, and once I rescue one of my new buddies, I'll also have something to dump a whole lot of souls into, but you'll see that soon. Whoops, forgot about the crossbow guy. Never forget about the crossbow guy. Oh, and try to lock onto the correct target. That always helps. Haha, 3. 3 at once. That was fun. Imminent blood message? That was interesting. I think someone's hack didn't quite work out right there. Now, let's see, would it be faster to take this shortcut here? I'm not sure. I'll skip it. Don't want to get overwhelmed here, so I'll play it semi-safe. You live, you die, you learn. Such is the way of Dark Souls. I know there's a buddy in here. Yeah, there you are. Excuse me, I seem to be a little phlegmatic today. Oh, hey, there's a chest in here that I previously ignored. And some black fire bombs. That's a very respectable prize. Oh, you know, I mentioned it before, but it was a case where you really couldn't see it because of the ground texture. You see that chain to the right of the chest? That's actually important. For now, just bear in mind that a normal chest will have that chain curved toward the back. As I was saying, I'm a little bit phlegmatic. I actually just got back from lunch before this recording session. There's a little pizza and burger place right next door to me. Another benefit of my new neighborhood. And they make a damn good pizza, but especially what I just had was one of their other menu items, a sort of bacon cheeseburger French dip, which is slightly perverse conceptually, but in execution it's pretty goddamn delicious. Hi, guy! All of you long-time tri-weapon? Yeah, I've been doing quite a bit of that. Anyway, I was going to say you all know my sense of direction, but I think I have actually found the right place here. And one more level down, I ought to be meeting my, my not-so-friend. And I'll be doing a lot of fishing for backstabs on this guy, so I apologize if the battle is a little bit boring. But that's really the only good way to take him out at low levels, is to just fish for lots of backstabs. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Havel the Rock. And his name is Havel the Rock because that armor he's wearing, that's not metal. He's actually wearing a suit of armor carved from stone. And that great shield of his is also a big slab of stone. And we can shield tank this guy okay. Our shield is sufficient for deflecting all of his damage, but if he hits us, it's going to be very bad. I'm not sure he would one-shot us at this point, but if he doesn't, it would be pretty close. You see the kind of stamina he took off there, just from a solid hit on my shield. And that was a near miss. And by the way, that giant, heavy blunt object he's trying to stove my head in with, that is actually a dragon's tooth. So, by whatever means, Havel here has acquired one of the teeth of the now defeated everlasting dragons from the intro. and it's a big chopper. But the legendary Havel is now on his last leg, and one more solid hit ought to do it. Okay, that wasn't a sufficiently solid hit, but one more backstab should certainly do it. And if I can't get the backstab, I'll take what I can get. And we get a very respectable reward for bringing down the rock. Can't stop the rock, you say? Salad can. And we get Havel's ring. And that should have a little bit of information about old Vaclav, if we take a look at it. This ring was named after Havel the Rock, Lord Gwyn's old battlefield compatriot. So he was presumably actually involved in the battle with the Everlasting Dragons. And Havel's men wore the ring to express faith in their leader and to carry a heavier load. Well, if Havel's men were also wearing armor and carrying great shields carved from solid stone, carrying heavier loads probably something you're going to want a little help with. So let's see, what am I doing with my ring slots currently? I don't really need the old witch's ring. Might as well put on my blue tier stone, even if I'm not likely to get a lot of use out of it. And we'll wear Havel's ring, because then our maximum equip load will go up quite a bit. And we can finally put on some decent armor. Let's see. The gargoyle helm looks to be our best defensive headgear at the moment. Hollow soldier armor's got some decent defense. Put our gloves back on, and let's see. Hollow soldier waistcloth looks good. Let's see if we've still got fast roll. No, that was a little too much. Let's keep the Garg helm and put on our good leathers. Actually, the waistcloth's a little better. Yeah, fast roll. Very nice. Thanks, Havel. And this actually leads into a different part of the Darkroot Garden, but I'm not going to go in that way. I'm going to take the proper path when the time comes. Or not the proper path, but the front entrance, so to speak, that I would have to take if I did not have the Master Key with me. Alright then, I'm just gonna backtrack a wee bit and take that shortcut that I got after the, whatchamacallit, the Taurus Demon. And from there we'll be able to go into a new area and rescue our pair of buddies. On the way though, I think I might stop off and pay a quick visit to that hollow merchant. I've got some cash on hand. And we're gonna need lots of cash in the not too distant future, but we might as well pick up a few of those key items that I kinda delayed for later. Respect the mighty boot. Can't turtle forever, guys. Which I suppose is a bit hypocritical of me to say, considering how shield tanky my playing style is, but... no one ever said salad was free of hypocrisy. Hey, Bucket Man.
Oh, there you are. Still keeping your marbles all together? Then go ahead, don't be a nitwit. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered.
Well, that's true. I would say you can't take it with you, but seeing as I am an undead, I'm going to be coming back anyway. That's quite a helmet. Anyway, what were the key items we had? Oh, the repair box and the bottomless box. Well, the repair box is definitely good to have. That way we can repair at any bonfire without needing a blacksmith. And the bottomless box, we can just stuff things into that at the bonfires as well. You know, we can carry as much as we want, so it's not really necessary, but, you know, we've got an opportunity, we might as well buy. Shouldn't really need anything else. Well, maybe I'll pick up a few more arrows. Let's bring ourselves down to about 1,000. There we go, 71 arrows. That should keep us for a while. You got anything new to say?
Yeah, my wares? Of course they're stolen. What did you think? And when you lose your head, I'll sell it all again.
Not if I get to the bloodstain first. Yeah, I wonder if that's what happens if you die and then you don't reach your bloodstain and you die again. This guy just sneaks in and grabs all your loot.
Yeah, I'm not here to chit-chat. We talk business or we talk nothing at all.
Fine then.
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
Well, probably not soon, and I've bought everything important you've got for me, but yeah, next time I need arrows, I'll keep you in mind. No promises. Now then, back to the bonfire, and up the ladder. Might as well have a rest and get my Estus back. And you see now we can repair equipment and access the bottomless box. Fix my shit real quick like. Very good. Oh, right, ladder. Where is the ladder? Oh, right, it's to the right of the door. I'm a forgetful Jones. Another thing I'm missing about Dark Souls 2 right now is the ability to fast climb ladders. Okay, that's out onto the bridge. That's not what I want. Whoa, right now. Oh yeah, the dragon's back. Once this fire fades out, I'm going to want to make a high-speed run back to where we met Solaire. Ow. Dear God! Oh, that was bad enough to activate my Tearstone ring. Chug-a-lug, strawberry woman. Alright. Now, this is where I wanted to be. This is what we acquired the key for back in the Undead Parish. It was near where we fought the boar. I believe it was called the basement key. Yeah. And this is the route I'm going to need to take in order to get our new buddies. This is going to lead us to an area called the Lower Undead Burg, where we'll have a few new enemy types and a boss fight that hopefully won't be too torturous. It's one of those kind of boss fights, much like the gargoyles actually, that can either be cake or go really, really wrong depending on how the very beginning goes. Imminent shortcut, and that's true. There is a rather useful shortcut here. If I recall correctly, it's the other side of that gate in the aqueduct. The hell was that? Did I get someone's attention? I can't remember what that's about. Hi. Yeah, this isn't the other side of the aqueduct. This is that door in the Undead Burg that we couldn't reach the other side of. But it's still a valid shortcut, and as such, still of value to us. Yeah, you remember right about where I am. Not that great of a shortcut, but every bit counts. Although I think we will have access to that gate in the aqueduct sooner than later. This is just sort of a little intermediate shortcut, I suppose. And down we go into the lower Undead Burg, where we meet dogs. Undead dogs. As you can see, they're very fast, and they can put a hurting on you. And I believe their attacks do cause bleed buildup, so that's something to be cautious of. But they are not very hardy. They leave themselves very open if they miss one of their lunges at you. So at least they die easy. Although I always feel a little guilty about their whine. Yeah, be wary of lying in ambush. Our anonymous benefactor is not whistling Dixie there. I forget what this path is. Where does this go?
Somebody, please let me out of here. Somebody, anybody, help me. Unlock the door. Damn, I'm finished. How did this ever happen?
Well, this, in fact, is one of those two new buddies I was talking about. And this is why we needed the residence key. Most of the residence key doors can be opened with the master key, but not this one. You'll see it specifically names the residence key when I open it. Weakness, rolling. True enough. And we get the sorcerer set here. Very nice. And, oh, there's something else here. Ah, the sorcerer's catalyst. Well, it's always good to have a source of magic. Not that we know any good magic yet. And here's our new friend.
Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I am Griggs of Vinheim, the sorcerer of the school. I am much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels.
Hey, anytime, Griggs, and very nice to meet you.
Oh, hello. I'm fine. I will rest a while, then return to Firelink Shrine. I have my sorcery, and I will be more cautious next time. Besides, I have an important task at hand.
Anything else?
Oh, hello. I'm fine.
Nope.
I have my... Besides...
Alright, well, as he says, the next time we head back to Firelink, just like with Lautrec, we will find Griggs there, and he can sell us magic, which is right decent of him. Oh, and we might get a little bit of information about Vinheim if I take a look at some of that new stuff we just found. Cloak worn by proper sorcerers who studied at Vinheim Dragon School. The majority take pride in having studied at the academy and look down on breaking the formal dress code established for sorcerers. So this is the mage uniform, I guess. And yes, Vinheim is the home of the Dragon School, which is like the big Hogwarts-type academy of this region. Alright, we're going to go down this way first, I think. And that lying in ambush thing and why I gave that door a poke back there. Yeah, there are dudes behind a lot of these. And if you have the right kind of weapon with a decent stabbing attack, you can actually shank them through the door. Okay, I don't think there's anyone behind that one. But anyway, if you just keep walking ahead without pre-killing the dudes in the doors, when you walk by, they'll come out and try and get you from behind. Ha! There's one. And don't worry, we will get to properly meet some of these guys soon enough. The folks that I've been door stabbing are hollow thieves. Oh, there go the doors. And there's the hollow thief that I killed through the door. And here's a mailbreaker. As has been pointed out by Epic Namebro, the mailbreaker is a respectable way of tracking your progress through the various... Oh, hi, guy! There's an undead, or a hollow thief. As you can see, his weapon causes bleed buildup. And when he's got his shield up, there's a good chance he'll try and parry you. So, you want to be careful of that, just like the Baldur Knights and their parry stance. Tight spot indeed. Yeah, as I was saying, Epic Namebro mentioned the Mailbreaker is a good way of tracking your progress through what number of new game you're on. There's only one Mailbreaker in each playthrough. There's no other way you can get it besides that corpse there. So if you have 2 Mailbreakers, you know that you're on New Game Plus. If you have 3, you're on New Game Plus Plus, and so on and so forth. Unless, of course, you fail to pick them up, in which case your count will be slightly behind. Gotta mind the corners. I heard you. Another little ambush there. At least they come at you from the front this time. Oh, and I believe the Hollow Thieves can throw knives at a distance, although... Oh yeah, there went one. I was going to say, I might be making that up from false memory, but... This guy's in his parry stance, I think. I'm just gonna let his friend come up and take him on first. Oh, hi, doggy. Treasure? Treasure? No treasure. Bet you've got treasure. Just a soul item, but that's always worth having. Try ranged battle. Why? Alright, right here is where we have that boss fight I mentioned. I'm not going to do that just yet. Got a little bit more to do. Yeah, I see you. Thought you could put one over on old Salad, did you? Oh, and these guys do sometimes drop their equipment, but it's somewhat rare. So... haven't been able to get any of that just yet. Oh, and by the way, the weapon that they're using, I believe that is the Bandit's Knife, the very same one that we started the game with, as our Thief class. Thank you, I'll take that. And this particular door is one that we would need a key from the boss fight in order to access. But going back this way, I believe this is where I can open that shortcut that leads right into the Undead Burg. That'll be a very good one to have. Yes, here it is. Can't go up that way. So right here, this takes us into a previously unseen part of the aqueduct, and we've got a new merchant friend. Okay, our new friend is extremely creepy, but when you're at a clearly advanced stage of hollowing, I guess that'll happen. We'll start with the chat. Well, I'm glad to hear it, ma'am. Also, her voice is very, very quiet. I may have to kick her volume up in post, so if there's some weird volume level shifting around happening, that would be why. Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, lady, but I don't think you're all that far off from Hollow yourself. You better find yourself some humanity with all possible speed.
I gamble sought to reach the depths of the Undead Burg. Only untamed crooks and lives to be found there. Hardly a place for a lady like myself. But who knows? Maybe we'd fit right in.
Okay, I think that's all we're going to get out of our new friend at the moment. So let's just go ahead and sample her wares. It's got the 3 flavors of Moss Clump, which are your status effect removal items. Got poison throwing knives, which can be handy. She's selling turds. Why are you selling turds? Most people can make their own, you know. Atrocious fecal waste material. Throw at enemies to build up toxins, but also builds up your toxicity. Although the stench makes it difficult to carry on one's person, turning an enemy toxic inflicts high damage over a period of time. Yes, the toxic status is like poison, only worse. It just makes your health drain much faster. I believe hitting someone with dung pies will increase their toxicity faster than throwing it increases yours. So if you keep hitting, you will come out ahead. Again, if I recall correctly, but yeah, a very primitive form of warfare to say the least. Those alluring skulls that we found a few of. Charcoal pine resin, which is just like the gold pine resin, but applies a fire effect to your weapon. That's very nice stuff. Transient curses, very expensive, but there's a curse status, which is a very nasty status effect that cuts your maximum HP in half, but also allows you to fight with ghosts. So, needless to say, we'll be encountering ghosts later in the game. The transient curse, while again expensive, is an item that lets you get the benefits of the curse, the ability to fight with ghosts, while not chopping your max HP in half. So definitely preferable to a full curse status. And it is the limb of the victim of a curse. So we would actually be carrying around a corpse's arm in the form of this item. Lovely stuff. Rotten pine resin, just like the other resins, but gives your weapon the poison property. And she sells homeward bones, which is nice. We have enough for now, though. Prism stones, which you can just drop to mark your path. Basically, very, very shiny breadcrumbs. And she sells some humanity. Rather dearly, though. And purging stones, also very expensive, and that is the one item you can use to remove a curse. Ash-colored stone encasing a skull. Secret treasure of our store, the Earl of Karim. There's that creepy guy again. Reduces curse buildup and breaks curse. Humans are helpless against curses and can only redirect their influence. The purging stone does not dispel curses, but rather receives them as a surrogate. The stone itself was once a person or some other being. So we've actually got some poor sucker who's been embedded into this stone and acts as a scapegoat to pull the curse out of your body, because a curse can never be truly cured. That curse status is some nasty shit, and clearly so is our store. And she's got a good selection of arrows here, including fire arrows and poison arrows. Poison arrows can be very handy. Matter of fact, they're a bit pricey, but I'm gonna pick up a few just for a rainy day. Yeah, we'll drop a thou. I'm sure I'll be seeing her again. She's got some rather pricey goodies, but quality goodies. And heading down this way, we will find the backside of that gateway in the aqueduct. And this is a very good shortcut. I am glad to have that open. So let's kill the rat down here and visit Griggs at his new home in Firelink. Still won't drop any humanity for me. And then perhaps we'll go have a go at that boss fight and also explore the other side of the lower Undead Burg, where we rescued Griggs. As you can see, falling on someone's head without doing a plunging attack does stagger them a little and do a tiny bit of damage. I thought maybe I could get a plunge on that guy. Didn't quite work out. Oh, and there's our new buddy Griggs, right at the entrance to Firelink from this direction.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed. Incidentally, would you care to learn any sorceries? You're clearly talented, and besides, I owe you. Of course, we will require some materials, but I'm happy to teach you some elementary spells. Are you interested?
Absolutely.
Splendid. Very well. I am pleased to have a chance to give something back. Well then, let's get started straight away.
I don't know if you'll quite be able to hear it with the volume turned down for the commentary, but in the distance I heard the ringing of a bell, so I think someone just took down the gargoyles. Congratulations, whoever you are.
Have you heard of Big Hat Logan? Master Logan is a great sorcerer and my teacher. Both of us came to this land as undead. But one day he departed, leaving only a note. I suppose he wished to keep me out of harm's way. But where does that leave me? I have dedicated myself to sorcery, but Master Logan could find no use for me.
Oh, that's a bummer. Our other friend in Firelink, the crestfallen warrior, had mentioned Big Hat Logan, and we will eventually get a chance to meet him. But for now, we'll just have to parley with his apprentice.
Yes, the note that Master Logan left. It only said he would travel to Anolondo by way of Sen's fortress. I can only guess that he seeks the regal archives. For Master Logan is a tireless pursuer of wisdom. Wisdom trumps all. Everything else is hogwash. When the curse turned him undead, I'm certain that he only felt it was the perfect chance to visit this land. I only wish that I had his courage.
So apparently beyond Sen's fortress, which is that place that we met Sigmire outside of, is some kind of great repository of wisdom. Something to keep in mind.
2 things are required for sorcery. First, you must equip a wand. Second, you must attune a sorcery. Then you will be ready to fire away. Oh, and don't forget to aim.
Good idea.
2 things are first, then... Oh, and...
Alright, let's see what our new buddy Griggs has for sale. Got Soul Arrow, Heavy Soul Arrow, and Great Soul Arrow, which are some of the basic projectile type magics. Fall control, which helps you take less damage from falling. Now, falls of a certain distance will always be lethal, but it is possible with fall control to make a non-guaranteed lethal fall that would just do enough damage to kill you, and make that survivable. Great Heavy Soul Arrow, another projectile spell. Magic Weapon, that's one we're going to want. Matter of fact, I may just pop a soul item and purchase that one, although we probably won't be using it for a while. Aural Decoy, that just makes a sound to distract enemies, as the name implies. And Magic Shield, which is the shield equivalent of Magic Weapon, just a straight-up buff spell that makes your shield more effective. And he's got a Sorcerer's Catalyst, but we got a free one in the room where we rescued him. And the 2 Dragon Crest rings, the Bellowing and the Lingering. Bellowing makes sorcery stronger, Lingering makes it last longer. And they're both granted to only the most accomplished sorcerers at Vinheim Dragon School. So, if Griggs not only has them, but is willing to sell them, he must be a pretty capable guy. Shame about getting locked in a house, then. Alright, for the moment we can't afford anything we actually want, so bye-bye.
Goodbye, then. Do stay safe.
Now, let me go ahead and pop my consumables and see how many souls I end up with. Well, that would be enough for Magic Weapon, but I don't really need that right away. I think in the short term a better use of my funds would be to pay a visit to Andre and start leveling up that, whatchamacallit, oh, Great Scythe. How could I forget the name of that? So yeah, let's start the Great Scythe process. Excuse me. We've got all our major shortcuts open for this part of the game, so we can easily get back to where we were. No problem there. Oh, pardon me. Woohoo! That's always fun. Oh, and a Titanite shard. Just the sort of thing I'll be needing plenty of. Very kind of you, Mr. Hollow. Ah, the sweet sounds of hammer on anvil. Metal on metal's what I crave. If you haven't seen Anvil, the Story of Anvil, it's a really neat documentary. I highly recommend it.
Well, hello again. You seem to be doing all right. Need anything forged?
Oh, I'm just doing dandy, Andre. How about you? Oh, wrong menu item. What we want is to reinforce. And what we want to reinforce is our Great Scythe. I could pick up the smith box at this point, but not really necessary. We'll have plenty of time to pick those up later. What we need now is Titanite. Okay, 2 shards needed for the next stage. And I think that's as high as we're going to be able to take it for the moment. Great Scythe plus 3. Not bad at all. How you doing, Andre?
I know little of the Dark Road, although I've heard those.
Nothing new. Well, nevertheless, good to see you, and I always appreciate the fine workmanship. You have a good one.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Alright, let's see if our scythe has passed up our halberd at this point. Got the halberd up to 5. The scythe... no, still a little bit inferior. But with that kind of dex scaling, it's definitely going to be the winner in the long run. So for now, we'll just head on back and do that little boss fight, and that will hopefully not go too badly for us. And if that goes reasonably well, we'll be able to pick up our other new friend today. Yes, jumping off the elevator there onto that overhang, that is the thing we can do. And there will be stuff worth exploring there eventually. For now, it's not really the optimal time, I don't think. So what we're going to do is roll on right back up to the aqueduct. And take our shortcut. Oh, you guys are alive again. Completely unnecessary for these enemies, which I can one-shot with a regular stab, but getting that big sweep on them is always so satisfying. Dark Souls is really not a very smart game to showboat in, but sometimes I just can't help myself. Take our lovely new shortcut. Say hello to the hollow granny. Yeah, let's see if we can hit this. No! Oh, this guy's still dead anyway. Thanks, anonymous message. These dudes are still gonna be dead. It appears these dudes are still dead. Good. So I can just run back, check out the other end where Griggs was. Make sure there's nothing there that's worth looting. And then we'll give that boss fight a go. Hopefully that'll work out okay. Because again, it all kind of depends on how things start. Bad start will probably get you killed. But if you manage to weather the beginning of it, you're probably going to be okay. That's where Griggsy was. Anything else down here? Oh, here's some torch hollows. Sorry, no crispy salad today. Any more on that side? No. All this side. Hey, to humanity. That's a good prize. There's absolutely nothing else down here. But hey, a pair of humanity, completely worth the trip. Got a little glare on my monitor right now, it's making it a little hard to see. I really should invest in a proper blackout curtain for my window nearest to my desktop here. Perhaps that's what I'll put some of my first Patreon fun bucks into. So you will be directly helping my video development. How about that? So what we've got behind the door here is the Capra demon. The Capra demon, in and of himself, is pretty manageable, although the room we fight him in is going to be kind of tiny. So that's a problem. But the larger problem is that he has a pair of dogs. And between the Caparina... No. Caparina. Between the God damn it! Between the Capra demon and his dogs and the tight confines, yeah, that's really dangerous. So the first thing we're going to need to do here is take out the dogs as quickly as possible, and once they're dead, the battle with Capra himself becomes a whole lot more survivable. Glug. And do I have my pine resin equipped still? I do. Let's put some of this other stuff away. And I think I'm gonna spark one up just to make this a little bit safer by increasing my damage output. Let's do this! Ugh! This is not a good beginning. Let's get upstairs so we can have a quick chug. Oh, dogs. Oh, no, that's Capra. Can't see shit. What's happening? Dogs down! Beautiful. This suddenly became a lot more survivable, although you have to be careful of that leaping attack, because that really fucks your stamina. Any of his two-sworded attacks, be they the leap, or one where he just grabs both swords and tries to attack you with both simultaneously, those are better dodged than blocked. I just didn't have a good opportunity to do so. Chug. Yeah, because those two-sword attacks, those just take off so much of your stamina. But I'm doing good damage, even though my... Ah, there's the two-sword attack, where he just swings them both simultaneously. That one will almost always break your guard, unless you just have a shit ton of stamina or a great shield, so you just want to get out of the way. But, despite my, oh, it didn't break my guard. Nice. Must not do as much as I thought, or else I'm just used to New Game Plus. But yeah, we're doing good damage despite our pine resin wearing off, so I think we're gonna win this one. And indeed we have. Capirinha. Oh, yeah. And we get the standard humanity and homeward bone that we get for most boss fights, which is something that was patched in, by the way. Earlier on, you did not get humanity and homeward bones at the 1.0 release. And we also got the key to the depths. Let's have a look at that. Those banished from the Undead Burg eke out their existence in the depths, a damp lair with no trace of sunlight. Nearly half of the depths form a perilous flooded labyrinth. And that's where we're headed next. But I'm not going to do the depths in full this video. I'm just going to dip in deep enough to get a very valuable item and rescue our other friend. And that, I think, is where we're going to leave off. But yeah, that was actually a rare occurrence there. It's not often that the Capra demon goes so poorly initially and actually ends in a victory. And yeah, the glare on my monitor really was not helping there. I couldn't see what I was doing all the time, which is why I took some of the hits I did. Although, of course, some of them were also my standard clumsiness. Oh, thief gear. It's the same shit we started with. But, hey, a change of clothes. That, by the way, is different from the Hollow Thief gear that the Hollow Thieves can drop. Yes, and down this way is where we shall find the entrance to the depths. That's the door that we could not previously open. Be wary of left. Yeah, that's where the Hollow Thief was hiding from us around the door. So good on the message writer there. Oh, that's the shortcut path. The actual entry to the depths is right here. And the part of the depths that we have to do is not too bad. So I should be okay even with a somewhat reduced supply of Estus. Oh boy, I really can't see very well. This, I often do my recordings a bit later in the evening, so hadn't previously run into this problem, but something I'll have to keep in mind until I can get that blackout curtain. So why wouldn't you just move your computer, you say? Because this is really the only good place in the room for it. You can see we do have some more duders down there, and someone apparently carving some meat. You will probably not be surprised to hear that we will have to deal with our delicatessen friend sooner than later. First, more treasure. Soul items, while not terribly exciting, are always welcome. Just some more fodder here, nothing too much to worry about. Torch dudes can present a slightly unique threat because they do fire damage, some of which will get through most shields. But all in all, they're just another set of guys with very few hit points. Yeah, I see you. I see you, Jake Sully. Okay, I am kind of officially at can't see shit stage, so I'm going to turn my monitor just a bit. Please bear with me. That didn't actually help. Let's see, what can I do here? Not a hell of a lot. Okay, actually, if I turn my monitor into the sun, my body blocks it, and I can see better. Okay, that'll do for the time being. Pardon our technical difficulties. Hey, there's our butcher friend, and he's got a doggy. Lots of doggies around here. Whoa, this has gone all kind of wrong. I'm stuck. I can't... What the... Ugh. Okay. Yeah, that went really, really wrong, but we'll sort it out. Hope I can recover all those souls, though. I don't want to lose quite so many. Certainly not a boss fight amount. Well, let's just cut here, and I'll cut back in when I get back to the depths. Okay, so this is right about where I left off. I'll hopefully be able to recover that bloodstain, and I see you, doggy. Hello, doggy. There's another doggy. I see you. And there's the butcher. Okay, I can see what I'm doing now. We have all our enemies in vision. Despite the very manly grunts and the no obvious chesticles, according to the lead developer of this game, I believe it was the director Miyazaki, these butchers are women. They hit hard, but they are slow and very telegraphy, so they're not too bad. That guillotine chop is very hurty, but also very well telegraphed and slow to recover from. Okay, good. Not a completely unique enemy. We will encounter a few more, but this one is unique in that until you approach, she's just chopping up the meat on the table there. And right here, we have our first Ember for Andre. This will let him level up our weapons past level 5, and I believe it will stop at level 10, at which point we will need another Ember. Right here is a shortcut that you can use to go deep down into the depths, but we won't be using that for now, because when I do the depths, I'll be doing it properly. Down here in the water is where I died. Hello, doggy. You won't get the best of me again. There's another one. I think there might be another one lurking around here somewhere. As always, at least they die easily. And I see somewhere along the road I picked up another humanity, which is always nice. You're not a dog. Okay, retrieval. Hallelujah. Did not want to lose that many souls. Somewhere around here is another butcher, but we don't care right now. This is a rare pile of rubble that can actually be readily climbed. Okay, and right here is the friend.
You. Yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
So you want to be kind of careful here and not use your weapon to clear out all the barrels, because you do run a slight risk of hitting him and aggroing him, and this is not a friend you want to miss.
Oh, there you are. You must help me. Or else she'll have me for lunch. You're my only. Oh, please.
Well, assuming you were talking about the butcher out there, she's not going to be having anyone for lunch, but, yeah, we don't want to stand by and just let you get pickled or marinated or whatever the hell is happening here. There we go.
Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you, dearly. I am Laurentius, with the Griggs swamp. I will not forget what I did to you.
Laurentius of the Great Swamp. Really one of my favorite characters in the game, because he is like the biggest sweetheart in all of Lord Ren. He is just super, super nice. And there's actually a lot of people like that in this game. It's kind of one of the neat things about Dark Souls to me. We're in Lordran, which is pretty horrible place, really. It has its attractive locations, to be sure, but it's just a very, very hostile environment, full of death and things trying to kill you. But most of the NPCs are really decent people, just exiled because of their dark sign through no fault of their own, and just trying to make their way in the world, and most of them will do what they can to help you. It's just a nice contrast, I think. But Laurentius here, he goes above and beyond.
Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you. Oh, hello. I'm fine.
That's all he has to say, but like most of the people we end up rescuing, just like Lautrec and Griggs, he's just gonna roll on back to Firelink Shrine. So, before we sign off for today, let's say we meet him there. And back to the Burg, and it'll be easy to get back to Firelink from here. I'm playing it a bit cautious just because I have so many souls intel. Whoops. Not quite careful enough. Got any humanity for me this time, Mr. Rat? Come on, be a pal. No. The rats just aren't feeling generous this playthrough. Not gonna showboat, just make them kills. Make them kills. I could buy a magic weapon right now, since we're carrying quite a surplus, but got something else in mind for my funds. And that involves our new best buddy, Larry.
Well, I see you made it out. Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my Pyromancy in the Great Swarm, so I can use the magic with a bit of care. Oh yeah, by the way, I can share the spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials. I'll be pleased to help you. Unless you find the magic's unsafe.
Ah, so our buddy Laurentius here is a pyromancer. And indeed, the equipment he's wearing is the same starting gear we would have if we began as a pyromancer ourselves. And no, we don't find the magic's unsavory. Come on, controlling fire, that's cool as shit.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm sure that they'll be of some use, some assistance. Here, first take this.
And we get a pyromancy flame. Awesome. We now have the power to control fire ourselves.
A flame from the Great Swamp. Now you're a fully fledged pyromancer. Why, let's get started right now.
Now the neat thing about pyromancy is that it does not depend on your stats at all. It doesn't care how smart you are, how pious you are. All it cares about is how strong your flame is. So anyone can make use of pyromancy. And to strengthen the flame, we just have to pay money. So basically, pyromancy is just as strong as how many souls you dump into it, regardless of how you've leveled up your character. But before we look into that any more deeply, let's just have a chat with our new good buddy here.
Pyromancy is the art of casting fire. Produce flame, then channel it, just as our ancestors did. A pyromancer must be in tune with nature herself. My home, the Great Swamp, is an abundant store of nature. You will understand one day. It only takes time. Pyromancy has a, well, rather primitive aspect to it. It meshes poorly with advanced culture. And pyromancers are considered rather unsavoury. Which is fine, as I never got along with anybody anyway. So, for me, dirty undead didn't change a thing.
Poor Larry. You just get the impression of a really well-intentioned, really nice but kind of socially awkward guy. Well, I don't care about your social graces, Larry. You're cool by me.
The pyromancer's flame is a part of his own body. The flame develops right along with his skill. When I gave you that flame, I gave you a part of myself. Please take good care of it.
Such a sweetheart. Larry gets all the hugs.
The pyromancer's flame. Please.
Alright. Well, let's get down to the raw capitalism of it. And from Laurentius, what he has for sale here are the basic pyromancies, which include Fire Orb, which is just chucking a fireball. Combustion, which is a short-range fire burst in front of you. Very, short reach, but does good damage. Iron Flesh, which makes you very slow, because it literally turns your flesh into iron, but needless to say, it makes you nice and resistant to physical damage. Flash Sweat, which makes you sweat like crazy, but that has the effect of reducing fire damage. Fireball, which is like Fire Orb, but I believe has more charges. Yes, more charges, but less of a blast. And that's it. And for now, Combustion is nice and cheap, and it is very efficient. It's like the metal blade of pyromancy, so we'll take it. And the other thing we're going to do for now is pump up our flame. We're going to want that leveled up as high as we can sooner than later. So we'll just take that as high as we can possibly go for the time being. So, Pyromancy Flame +5. Not bad for just starting out. Thank you, Larry.
Goodbye then. Come back if you find anything new.
Hugs! Oh, okay. Coming on a little too strong, I guess. Alrighty then. I think that's enough for one day. I would like to say thank you once again to all of my new patrons. And I will be breaking out the acknowledgements after the first round kicks in December. But for now, again, I am very, very grateful for your contributions. And needless to say, I am also very, very grateful for all of my viewers. Again, never want you to feel obligated to chip in. I'm just glad to have you along. A pleasure as always. Next time on I Played a Thing Dark Souls, we'll go visit Andre, give him our new ember, and then we will do the Darkroot Garden. This is and Salad, signing off. Take care.